Yesterday, you were at the 9/11 memorial. We were all watching that. And J.D. Vance was supposed to be with you. He went out to be with Charlie Kirk's family and to get the body back to his hometown in Arizona. And you said you were going to award him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which was very nice of you. Any updates on this suspect?
Yeah. Can I always say, I think, just to protect us all, and so Fox doesn't get sued, and we all don't get sued, and everything else. But I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody, right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job. You know, getting somebody that you start off with absolutely nothing. And we started off with a clip that made him look like an ant that was almost useless. We just saw there was somebody up there. And so much work has been done over the last 2.5 days. You know, it's amazing, actually, when you start off with that and then all of a sudden you get lucky or talent or whatever it is. But, yeah, I think we're in great shape.
Mr. President.
And he's in custody.
Your suspicion was that he was radical left, and now you have more information. What can you share with us about his ideology?
Yeah, Lawrence, let me just, and by the way, Lawrence is doing a good job. What's going on?
Job, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
I said you were going to do well. Yeah, I think that I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories at how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in. And that happens when you had some of those good shots. Somebody is going to say, whether it's a parent or whatever, I'd rather not say right now. They're going to announce it today, sometime later, probably talk about that. But somebody close to him turned him, you know, they said, whoa. It's interesting where we had very good pictures, but not great, not perfect. And when you look at it, what happened is somebody, and this happens a lot. It happened with the crazy Boston bomber. It happened with others. Somebody that's close recognizes even a little tilt of the head, which nobody else would do. And somebody that was very close to him said, that's him. And essentially went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister. And brought him to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic. And the father convinced the son, this is it. And again, I'm always subject to be corrected, but you know, I'm just giving you, based on what I'm hearing, they'll give you a much more active. I just heard about it 5 minutes before I walked in. As I'm walking in, they said, looking real good. They have the person that they wanted. So,
wow. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Here's some more reporting on the entire situation. I know Uncle Trump didn't want to go into extreme detail on that, but we do have some more details on that entire situation, but it's just absolutely crazy, man. You know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Silencing a man's tongue does not prove him wrong. Okay? It proves that he was right, and you couldn't prove him wrong. Just saying.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The roommate identified an individual as the roommate of Rob Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I'll share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
Oh man, wild stuff. So to me, it sounds like the guy escaped, right? We saw the video. Actually, I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a video of him jumping off of the roof. And I'm going to see if I can pull that up. There's a video of him jumping off of a roof somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, of course. Now I can't find it, of course. But it was just like everywhere 2 seconds ago. What the? Oh, here it is.
As he does, he's going to climb off the edge.
He's right here.
And then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions.
Yeah. So it appears, obviously he ran over there, jumped off the roof, ditched the gun somewhere in some bushes along the way, and managed to get back to his car and drove to another part of Utah, back to his family's house, and ended up telling his dad about it or something. And his dad told the pastor, and the pastor was like, "Yeah, we got to turn this guy in," type of deal, which is just, and the dad's trying to convince him. And on the bullets, he was writing crazy stuff. "Hey, fascist, catch." And this is also the thing. This falls on the feet of Democrats. This falls at the feet of Democrat politicians and in mainstream media, folks who have called people on the right, conservatives, Republicans, fascist, dictators, Nazis, Hitlers, right? All these different things. And I literally just saw, because that's why I was looking down at my phone, I literally just saw, let me try to bring that up real quick. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to try to bring this up because I literally just saw something that Nancy Pelosi allegedly said. Here, let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got to play y'all this. This is just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let me see. Nancy Pelosi allegedly saying that it's not Democrats' fault because for this all happening, because she didn't intend for that.
Don't have any intention. People don't have any intention of saying something that's going to lead to something dangerous, but we cannot take responsibility for the minds that are out there and how they hear it.
Other Democrats are quickly calling for gun control before we have the full picture of the alleged assassin.
Of course, gun control. Yep, that's immediately what they're going to call for. We knew that, but you can't take responsibility? Really? I'm going to play y'all this little piece. I'm going to actually post the whole clip later on as a short on my other channel. So if you're not subscribed over there, definitely go and subscribe. But
Fascist.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
See what I mean? And they're all saying similar things. Oh, fascist this, fascist that. And then when a guy thinks, oh goodness, we got fascists actually taking over this country, well, let me put a bullet in some of these folks so we can stop them. Oh, well, we can't take responsibility for that. You've been calling us all types of crazy things, and now people believe it. You've been saying that we're Nazis, which is absolutely crazy because real Nazis put people in gas chambers. It's really them that are the Nazis, if you want to think about it, because what did Hitler do with people that he disagreed with? He silenced them. What do Democrats try to do to Republicans? Silence them. Exactly what happened to Charlie Kirk, simply because he wanted to speak. And this is also the crazy thing. Charlie Kirk did not physically hurt a single person, a single soul. He might have hurt your feelings. He didn't physically harm anybody. He sat there with the open debate. Literally, the banner above his tent said, "Prove me wrong." And because they could not prove him wrong, they silenced him. I can't prove you wrong with facts and in this type of debate. So, you know what? I'm going to put a bullet in you. Absolutely ridiculous. But the flip side of this is that they just woke up thousands of Charlie Kirks to take his place. So while before you had one, now you've got thousands. Congratulations. You played yourself.